6, and your hosts, Hayat and Derek. Give them a big round of applause.
Hello. How are we feeling tonight? Excited? The heat is breaking. It's not hot. It's not raining a lot, right? What else can you ask for?
Pets. They have pets, man. Like, it's pets out there. So it's going to be an amazing show tonight, honestly.
I love it. Thank you for being here. You could be anywhere, but you chose to be with us, so we are very appreciative, and we're going to have an awesome show. Don't you think so?
Absolutely.
I'm ready to have fun. You guys are ready to have fun? Okay, let's get it on.
All right, so tonight's show, we always kind of start off the show with just letting folks know who kind of help us out and kind of sponsor us to kind of get this whole thing going. So tonight's show is made by the Delaware Department of Health and Social Services. And that's an organization that's dear to my heart as a peer. They have so many resources, so many different things about mental health, addiction, support groups, wellness groups, anything you can think of to kind of help get you through a bad day. That DSAM has a way to get you there.
Yep, they have it all. And every tabling event that I do, they are there. So they have the resource.
Alrighty, so now this is where we kind of check out you guys a bit, and we kind of walk around and see who's in the room.
10 lights, please. So tell us who you are, your name, organization, shout it out. Derek will have a mic on you, so please tell us.
All right, start us off. So we got Bellefonte Lions. She was just finishing up food, and I jumped her, so I apologize about that. Who else we got in here tonight, you guys?
My name is Donye, Impact Life.
All right, Donye, Impact Life in the house.
Oh, so I'm guessing that's this whole crew back here. All right, awesome. Glad you guys can make it, man. Who else we got? We got time for one. Oh, see, my man. See, that's a girl dad for you. Your daughter sets you up. Like, that's how that works, Brody.
So good, man. She, Messy Marvin Entertainment. How y'all doing? How everybody doing tonight? I'm happy to be here.
Thank you for being here. Messy Marvin in the house. All right, love it.
Oh, yeah, so check it out. This is something really new, and I'm not sure if they can talk, but we have dogs in here tonight, which is a completely different thing and a completely different setup. So shout out to all of you guys that brought your furry animals in. Look, we got one back there that's saying hello, so thank you for bringing your pets in and giving us some really cute animals to look at this show. Appreciate you guys.
I love it. All right. Thank you so much. Now that we got that taken care of. All right. People from home, you're watching, please comment and share. They're going to be chiming in. So Billy will be talking and say, this is what somebody said. So, yes, we'll do that. So we encourage for people to do that. All right. What is the theme of tonight? I wouldn't guess. I wonder what it is.
I think I kind of gave it away with the whole every time I mentioned pets. But we're going to take tonight to really celebrate an unsung hero in our battles with mental health. And that's the animals in our lives.
Yes.
Like pets, regardless of if they're furry, whether they're scaly, whether they got long tongues, whatever your pet get down is, that can be one of the strongest wellness tools that you have, because your pets always gonna think you're cool no matter what you do.
Absolutely, and sometimes taking care of pets forces you to take care of you. So that's why it's important when you have pets in your life. It makes you like, oh, I'm doing this for the pet. Should I be doing that for me? Maybe, right?
As much as I used to admit my pets ate better than I did, yeah, that's definitely a reminder, honestly.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so every show we have two goals that we try to accomplish. One goal is always to expand our community. That is always our end game, is to grow the monthly purpose community, grow the recovery community. Just let folks know that support is out here, regardless of what type of support that you need. Our other goal tonight is to be inspired to learn about the animals in our lives. Like, learn more about your pets. And what's really wild, and we're going to go over it a little later, is sometimes your pets might be struggling with mental health just like you are. Yep. So being able to check on them the same way you check on your friends. So hopefully if we do our job right tonight, you guys will hit those goals.
And please share your thoughts. You never know what you say, who will connect with. Sometimes people are having a day, then the words you say might stay with them. So as we are talking about things, it's in your mind, please say it out and share, because we like to hear it.
Alrighty, so now up next is one of our segments we call Community Says. So this is where we actually go out into the neighborhoods, go out through the streets of Delaware, go out to different events, and we ask just everyday Delawareans what their thoughts on about particular themes and thoughts. So check out this month's Community Says, you guys.
All right, I want to.
The importance of having pets is to keep you calm, safe, and healthy. Pets bring a new type of medication that nobody can prescribe for you.
Pets are so incredibly important because it helps to remind us in non-obvious ways the humanity and the humility in all of us. You can see folks that have all kinds of adult personalities, and you can see it melt away when they see a pet across the road. I was just talking to one of the dogs right across from the bench over there. It automatically helps folks drop their preconceived notions about themselves, about others, and you're just hanging out with a dog or a cat or a pet. There's true magic in animals and pets.
Pets are really important because they just want to be there and be loved, and they provide such emotional support and comfort to everybody. Even just Casper just walking around, he always brings a smile to people's faces, and makes every single day a little bit better.
Is my mic unmuted? Are we ready to go? I think we're ready to roll. So we are testing out. So give a round of applause for our production crew who is testing out our first time special guest coming from live from California, right? So on Zoom electronically, I'm here in person. So I'd like to take a minute to introduce you to our guest tonight, who is Zach. Zach, welcome to the Monthly Purpose. Say hi to everyone who's here. I know you can't see them, but there's about 40 people, but they're going to scream really loud so you can hear them. All right, everybody clap real loud for Zach.
Thank you, guys. It's a pleasure to be here, and I'm excited to connect with all of you.
Wonderful. So we're excited that you're here too. So as you know, we here at the Monthly Purpose, we do a live stream show. So what we're trying to promote out here is for folks to evolve, for folks to find peace, for folks to find their wellness, for folks to find community. And I'm looking at a room full of about 45 people right now that look to be finding community and wellness with each other, and a room full of dogs. So tell us a little bit about yourself, because I believe that dogs are your passion. So we've got a couple in the room.
Yeah, I've got a bunch in the room, actually. My name is Zach Scowl. I'm the founder of Marley's Mutts Dog Rescue. Unfortunately, you're just connecting with me today, not Kermit, who's a paralyzed pit bull, who's also in the office, but you can't see him. I founded an organization called Marley's Mutts Dog Rescue, coming out of what's called end-stage liver disease. I was diagnosed with end-stage liver disease after a lifetime of drinking and drug use. I was 28 years old. I was given less than 90 days to live without a liver transplant. I spent 6 weeks at Bakersfield Memorial Hospital, essentially dying of liver failure and hoping on a prayer, hoping on any sort of a miracle that would help me get my liver transplant. Into that stay, they were trying to kick me out and send me home on hospice care. And instead of that, I was admitted. I got an opportunity to interview for the comprehensive transplant program at Cedars-Sinai. I was admitted to that program. And long story short, they said that if I stayed in that hospital, that I would die. I'd become addicted to Dilaudid and morphine in the hospital. I was getting worse and worse every day that I was in the hospital. And because of how modern medicine sort of addresses alcoholic liver failure, they knew that if I stayed in that hospital, I would lose my life. And so I was released to the care of my dad and my dogs. And that began kind of my journey of wellness to try to survive. I was originally just trying to survive 6 months to get my liver transplant. But in changing everything I put into my body, in finding a purpose, which was rescue dogs, and really building my life around them, I was able to I reached my 6 months of sobriety to qualify, but by the time I qualified for a transplant, I no longer needed a liver transplant, and which is a remarkable development. I'm one of very, very, very few people who have ever been diagnosed end stage and made it without getting a liver transplant. That was in large part because I was still young. I was 29 when I got out of the hospital. I turned 29 when I was in there. And really the very interesting part of all of this is that what rescue dogs need, as I built a pack around me, what these dogs needed in their rehabilitation was rules, boundaries, discipline, exercise, affection, and purpose. And turns out what I needed in recovery was rules, boundaries, discipline, exercise, affection, and purpose. So in this effort, and I was very suicidal when I got home. So by throwing myself into my dogs and having, instead of feeling sorry for myself, focusing on their needs, taking their pictures, writing their stories. And this is back in 2008, at the formative days of Facebook. So we were still making posters. I put posters up all over town for all our adoptable dogs. And they would be stories about why these dogs ended up in doggy prison, you know? So I'd make up outlandish, ridiculous stories about streaking and peeing in public and you know, sex, all kinds of ridiculous things just to get people to read these used dog. I became a used dog salesman. And in that role, I really found my purpose. And I obviously was going to meetings every day. I hit 3 meetings a day in those first 6 months. I did at least a meeting a day for the first 2 years of recovery. I'm coming up on 18 years of sobriety, October 12th. Thank you, guys. And yeah, what I do now is I run rescue dog programs inside of the state prison system, juvenile system, and female federal system. So we bring rescue dogs to live in state prison systems. We go in every week to teach our students how to become dog trainers and dog rescuers. And I've since built, we just wrapped yesterday, as a matter of fact, my new program, which is called Peer-to-Peer. It's a dog facilitated recovery program where we have on a maximum security level 4 yard where there are no programs. And we have 16 mentors and 16 mentees working through substance abuse treatment certification, the steps, and really it's kind of our own synergistic, sort of comprehensive recovery plan. We just built it, myself and one of my students who's a lifer, Luis Alvarez. We built that program to be of service to those who are incarcerated. Believe it or not, there are more drugs in prison than there are on the streets. It is ubiquitous. They're everywhere. We lost our favorite student, Tony Suarez, to overdose on January 3rd of last year, and we built that program to honor him. And yeah, we're going to have graduation in June, and that's my life in a nutshell.
That was great. That was wonderful. You didn't give me it was a long way, so I have kind of contemplated just a couple of questions, and part of what we're doing here is you sharing with us may help others. You talked about your end of stage liver, did you say failure, right?
It's called end stage liver disease, yeah.
End stage liver disease.
That you get a score that basically tells you how sick you are. It's called a MELD score, modeled for end stage liver disease. And I was as sick as you can get, yeah. I looked like the sickest sick person you've ever seen. I was bright yellow, huge ascites belly, like herniated belly. I had a catheter in my back. Like it was a wild experience.
Yeah, and I mean, we're so grateful that you're here and to be with us here today and what you went through for that. I know that the dogs found you talked about the dogs and going home and finding your purpose through that. What did you do in your head mentally to help keep you going? Because there are folks in this room that may be thinking like, I can't keep going and may want to give in. And it seems like at that time in your life, you had to do you had to tell yourself something. How did you tell your voice that you wanted to keep going?
Well, there was a couple of things. I didn't have it within me whatsoever. I was being trapped in between my ears is dangerous. I didn't have any of what was required to move forward. I had to rely on forces outside of me. And the first instance came, I was home. I'd been home for a couple of days. I had just gone through opiate withdrawal for 48 hours. And I walked into the bathroom to clean myself off. I had soiled the bed. And I looked in the mirror. I passed myself. I was naked and completely purple and yellow. And I leaned into the mirror to try to figure out who I was looking at. And I didn't recognize who was looking back at me whatsoever. And in that moment, I just had decided this was my nudge to commit suicide. And I'd already been obsessing about it for weeks. And in that really weak moment, I was weeping, just kind of like crumbled in front of the mirror. And I looked over at my dogs who were by the toilet, all three of them, and they were looking up at me like I was the greatest human being ever alive, and like I was Brad Pitt mixed with Barack Obama. And I just, and in that moment, I could see that they saw me in there. I had thought I was gone, like there was nothing left of me. So I really took in their love in that moment, and I just began to weep even harder, but out of a little bit of hope, and just realized that I need to, if I can dedicate this time to them, if I can allow what they're trying to communicate to me in, if I can allow that unconditional love in and just focus on that instead of the narrative in my head, that maybe I'd have a shot. And then the other thing, so that night I didn't go to bed, we journaled, and I really made the commitment. But I wouldn't have been able to follow through on any of that unless I had really focused on developing a God of my understanding. And I grew up as an atheist. I grew up as a staunch atheist in a household of socialists, communists, politically. And I thought that was weakness, So in the program, to be able to be given the permission to develop and understand a God of my understanding, nobody else's, became the pursuit of my life. And I really had strong men and women in my life who encouraged me in that realm. And I think that was the key for me, is that I was able to surrender to something other than myself. I was able to find a purpose, which, to serve something other than myself. There's a tremendous amount of terminal narcissism when I was that sick. Everything was about how feeling sorry for myself, just like I did in addiction. If I made you feel sorry enough for me, you would help me with alcohol and drugs. You would help me get what I need if I could make you feel adequately sorry for me. And the dogs don't feel sorry for themselves for a second, not even a second. I have a two-legged poodle. I have a double amputee front leg poodle who, again, it makes it impossible to feel sorry for yourself when you have that in your life. So yeah, it was really those two things. It was the love of my dogs just propping me up, even momentarily, when I just had absolutely nothing left, and being willing to accept what they were communicating. And then, developing and nurturing a relationship with a God of my understanding.
What a great way to segue into you finding your purpose and then you trying to help others with your purpose, take your purpose to help them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So just what you talked about, and I think that's the evolve in what we do here and what we do in life, and what we hope what others can get is, what is my passion? What is my purpose? And how can I serve others with my purpose is one of the things that we talk about a lot at the cause and a lot at this. And we have a campaign and a peer-to-peer messaging called My Reason Why. And the idea behind that is if I find my passion and share my passion with you, I can use that to help protect myself and to help me serve others.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell us your experience with bringing animals into the prison facility, into that situation, and what has changed from those that you're seeing there? What is that doing for them?
Well, bringing dogs into prison will upset everything in a positive way. You guys have to understand how dark California state prison system is. This is a rigidly segregated system. We are broken up into 5 groups: whites, blacks, northerners, southerners, and others. Others are anybody who's not black, white, or Hispanic. You sit with those groups, you eat with those groups, you work out with those groups, you trade with those groups. You do not operate outside of your race. It is a tremendously violent place. Our class last night was interrupted with a stabbing, and everything shut down. We had to leave. And so you got to understand, the vast majority of my students are my age. I'm 46. They committed loss of life, gang violence crimes in the 90s or early 2000s. And there are just prisons filled with them, men with no hope, no opportunity, and every reason to just beat themselves up with drugs and alcohol in prison. So when we brought dogs in, the thing you guys should most understand is that love, affection, and kindness is considered weakness in prison. Mm-hmm. And what dogs allow is for an exchange of kindness, of loving kindness that is legitimate, that allows for service to another, and love, and an exchange of service that isn't considered weakness. It kind of normalizes service and kindness And it does so through the dog. So you can't blame it on a person. You can't blame it on a thing. It kind of allows this beautiful energy into that system. And then it just percolates and grows from itself. It just like metastasizes in a positive way. And we have produced 30 formerly incarcerated dog trainers. So these are men who have gotten out of prison after decades and now are specialists within the dog industry and in the pet industry. These are mostly black and brown gang members. These are some of my best friends in the world. A lot of times our program is the first time guys are entering into sobriety. It's the first time they've even attempted it. So we've really created a fellowship and a community in there to combat a lot of these very dark forces that are constantly at work. So yeah, these dogs, we've been able to rehabilitate nearly 1,000 dogs and several thousand student inmates, all of whom would have lost their lives, the dogs. And we've been able to create just immaculate, wonderful, empathetic human beings who otherwise, not only would they not have gotten out of prison, they would have just continued to spiral down this dark path that prison almost requires of you. It is really, if you want to get guys to not be focused on death, destruction, murder, mayhem, and drugs, you have to provide something in there that has an equally large force for good or capacity for compassion. And that's what positive change is. You get 28 guys focused on helping dogs and being of service to their community in a place where their families can see them on our social media. It's a whole different ballgame. So every yard that we've been on, every prison that we've been on, every juvenile facility, it fundamentally changes everything about that yard.
I'm resignating. I'm leaving this conversation thinking about what a sneaky way to get people to have that kindness and love that aren't comfortable with that somewhere. And I'm reminded of, I used to go early in my life, and I used to go and pet. I was called like a cat petter or like a cat cuddler, I think it was. And they had cat volunteers and you could just go in and pet the cats. And it's like, I couldn't be nice to humans. I couldn't be nice to myself, but I could be really, really nice to a cat or a pet, an animal, right? Which is the case. And so that's the encouragement I would give to you. Like, if you ever want to find something to do, all of our shelters need you to walk the dogs. All of our people need you to come scoop the litter. All of our people need you to cuddle the cats, right? So there is a place for you. I wanted to talk to you just a little bit more. We just have a little bit more talk. You talked about a peer-to-peer mentoring program that you're also working on too, that didn't seem to involve the animals, but are you training peers in the prison to help mentor others in the prison?
Yeah, so what we do is it's called peer-to-peer, and it's a community recovery program. So what we have is, this is on the maximum security yard. So we have 16 men who have graduated the certification program for substance abuse. It's called OMCP. So they have spent 16 months getting their substance abuse counselor's certification. Wow. We pick 16 guys who apply, who are trying to get sober, who are facing, most of our students are what we call LWOP, life without parole. So there's a tremendous amount of darkness and lack of hope. So those 16 mentors will sponsor essentially the 16 mentees. We meet for 2 hours, 3 to 5 every Wednesday in visitation on A Yard. And we work towards, all kinds of different things, adverse childhood events, the steps, alternatives to violence, all kinds of things that we incorporate, to help not just get sober, but stay sober, relapse prevention, all kinds of things. And we have dogs present to encourage vulnerability. There's a lot of sharing. Everybody has to give a speech, 2 speeches, 1 to tell their testimony, and 2 to directly address their family at graduation. And when you're a youngin' who's been on a prison yard since you were 18, you're 26, you've been 8 years on a hard yard, it's really a lot to ask these guys to speak vulnerably. Almost all of them cry. Almost all of them are opening up about childhood sexual abuse, which happens like you wouldn't believe. Yeah, it's just a beautiful thing. One of our students, Silver, hadn't seen a dog in 43 years. He's been incarcerated that entire time. Wow. And I brought Blackjack, my dog, in. He leaned over first day of class and he goes, "Hey man, this is amazing." And I went, "What?" He goes, "We haven't even started yet." He goes, "Brother, I haven't seen a dog." And he counts for a second. He goes, 43 years. And I was like, "Shut up. Are you kidding me?"
Yeah. That's really, really cool, and I'm glad that you're making a difference that way. And I really appreciate you taking the time, coming out and talking to us. I'm going to ask our audience to thank our guest speaker for coming out tonight and talking about what he does. And you've given us hope, and you've given us purpose, and we really appreciate you coming. Thank you so much, and we hope to touch base with you soon, and I might try to connect with you about this peer-to-peer thing that you're talking about. And it looks like we're going to get one of the animals. Hi! I believe that this is Kermit.
This is Kermit. Kermit is named after my grandfather, who died of liver failure when my dad was 14 years old.
Oh, nice to meet you, Kermit. So thank you so much. And I'm going to lean on Billy to tell us how to turn us to the next segment. We're going to go to commercial. We're going to commercial.
Wow, that was powerful, especially about when he talked about sometimes it's hard to be kind. We don't know what to do, so an animal or someone else, when we do that, for me, it's helping someone else. If I have an issue, I go help somebody. That takes away my issue, and then focus on others helps me. So what he said was so powerful.
Absolutely, absolutely. Right? Positive energy multiplies, you guys. So we're going to hop right into one of me and Hyatt's favorite parts of the show, and this is the 5 benefits. So we try to educate people on 5 benefits that you can add to your life and why these things are important. So start us off with the first benefit, fellas. So simply petting an animal or observing fish in an aquarium, which I haven't done since I was a kid, can absolutely help lower your stress and anxiety. Like, sometimes you just kind of pay attention to what they're doing. You get lost in their lives. As much as they pay attention to us, it's kind of cool to see the kind of shenanigans our pets get into, and always makes us laugh.
Yes, they just want to feed me, pet me, bathroom. Sometimes they boil down to the simplest level. So
why does that sound like my teenagers?
All
right, so what else we got? Oh, here's one for you.
Okay, eradicating loneliness. Absolutely, right? When you pet, what he talked about, the unconditional love that pet can give you. They just look at you and it's like the sun shines and sets on you. So they are dependent on you. That alone could just okay, you know what? I got this. I get you the feeling. I got this. One more day, I can push through. And then it's not surviving anymore. You are thriving because they helped you get rid of loneliness.
My big dog has been my diary for way too long. They don't talk back, but they listen to everything that you got to say.
That is true.
Alrighty, so having pets can also give you a sense of purpose. And I see this a lot with people that struggle with suicide.
Yes.
They will back themselves out of that thought because, who's going to take care of my cat?
Yeah.
Who's going to take care of my fish?
Good
and you kind of forget that dogs, pets in general just give you a sense of purpose, give you a reason to wake up every day.
Yeah, like he said, it gave him a purpose to organize. He healed his body, created a job not only for himself, and gosh, the impact he's having in others' lives just because a pet.
Alrighty, so up next we have increased activity. Especially for us dog owners, you got to get out there and walk them. You got to. And at least that way, that's a cheap way to get exercise. Both of you guys are getting out, getting some fresh air, enjoying the sun, seeing the sights. And then an unintended consequence that's good for us dog owners, they sleep. Once you're done walking,
there you go.
They're tired just like kids are, then they're not ransacking your living room when you decide to go cook something for dinner.
Absolutely, so important, because when you don't want to get up that day, guess what? Your dog does, so you have no choice. It forces you, I got to get out, and then when you're out, like the fresh air, it's like, that's not so bad, I got out.
Absolutely.
And it's because of my dog.
Absolutely, and our last one, I kind of sent a shout out to my daughter with this one because she grew up with pets and I didn't, and I noticed a difference in how she treats people. She is so empathetic and she's so caring, and she is willing to do anything for anybody. And I'm willing to bet that's she developed that caring for, taking care of pets her whole life. So
good observation.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's so many things that pets could do for you. So if you don't have a pet, It's okay. Go, like Amy said, go to animal shelter. You can pet as many pets as you want. You don't have to take them with you if you don't want to.
Alrighty, so the next segment we got coming up.
Time to play. Okay, this is when we need you. Okay.
All right, yes.
We
So
need you.
for veterans of this show, this is about when we would do the this or that game. So to kind of celebrate pets this time around, and to I'm a teacher, so to kind of feed that fix of helping to do something educational, we're going to do a true or false about mental health facts about animals. So we're kind of trying to tie all this together. So what's our first one, fellas?
Yeah, true or false. You got to scream out. It's either true or false.
Alrighty, so our first one, elephants have no emotions. True or false, you got? Oh, wow. Okay,
yeah, I have no doubt about that, right? It is so false because, elephants, they have a long memory and they mourn just like humans. They have a sense of loss. They even are witnessed holding a bone of their brothers or sister. And it takes them, they exhibit the stress just like humans. So they have that loss and bond.
I think my favorite trait about elephants and humans is they think we're toddlers because of the size difference, so they just think we're adorable. So there's that. All right, what's the next one we got? Alrighty, so horse or
we don't even have to read it.
Yeah, you guys hit us with true off rip. So yes, believe it or not, horses that have been through battle, horses that have suffered abuse, they can suffer from PTSD just like humans do, and it does show in some of their actions. You'll see them not be as social. You see them kind of withdraw and isolate, kind of the same way we do.
Yes, and they have a long memory too. So people who have abused them, they long to hold on to that. But at the same time, the equine therapy, right? Because horses, they are mirror emotions. So when you're around horses, they force you to regulate your emotion. They pick up on stuff, so that helps you with trauma. So they're good for that.
All righty, let's see what else we got coming up. I love penguins. So
this was interesting.
Penguins are like one of my favorite animals. So this is a good one. Penguins sometimes chase their shadow when they're stressed. What do you guys think? True or false?
True, right? So they found out in captivity, they stare at their shadow. They don't know if it's out of boredom or they're stressed or they don't know what it is. So anybody speaks penguin, it's good. I wonder, if you could see, what is the reason? We don't know, but I know, right? But it is a human emotion they're exhibiting.
Somebody, I think, just tried to speak penguin, so that's the kind of night
happy
we got.
Happy feet. Maybe I should ask happy feet. What is that about?
Alrighty, so I think we got our last one coming up.
Yes.
So we got two more. Billy just hit me up with two more. So parrots only pluck their feathers when they're grooming.
Yeah.
All right, so do we have animal experts in here?
We do have. I know Amy has a bird.
Wow.
I don't know who else has a bird here. So yeah, so parrots are they get attached to their owner so much so that and they live a long time. So if they're plucking their feathers and are happy because they are intelligent, so you're not engaging them mentally or giving them, interact with them, or they have suffered a loss. So some people have to will them when they die because they get so attached, and then they live a long time. So you really have to it's a long time commitment if you find in a parrot.
It's amazing how similarities between the animals and what they suffer and some of the same symptoms we do.
Yeah.
All right, Sean, so what's the next one we got? Oh man, so this one's a little tricky, you guys. So when animals are stressed, they often have more babies to cope. True or false? Oh, we got a couple mixed answers here.
So yeah, it is false.
Told you guys this one's a little tricky, but believe it or not, contrary to what you would think with animals in the animal kingdom, it's actually false. So when animals are stressed out, they're under constant hunt, they're under constant pressure. What happens is mothers actually give birth fewer times
and smaller,
and the babies are actually smaller. And if that's really not taken care of or caught, what happens is essentially that animal's whole line just kind of goes away, and it's simply due to stress and fear.
Yeah, because it doesn't get away just because the danger is lost. That's still that stress. They feel it remains. So what we do to our environment, how we take care of I mean, you can mirror how you take care of human beings, right? Now is the impact, you know, the cycle of violence or cycle of the trauma. If you think about it, it's the same.
And it's the same thing with people when you think of generational trauma.
Yeah.
Like, it's same thing. So thank you guys, man. Before we move to the community spotlight, I know that's a little bit different than what we used to, what you guys are used to, but with all the animal experts we had in here, man, they got them all right. And give yourselves a round for getting them all together, man.
We got it. Now, community spotlight.
Yes.
Esteem boost and less fearfulness when they have a pet.
You know life isn't perfect, just like our pets. We're going to start that one again.
Pets are a huge part of family life.
67% of United States households own a pet, and there are many benefits.
Pet owners report more of a self-esteem boost and less fearfulness when they have a pet.
Animal owners are also more social and get more exercise.
Sadly, family pets can also be the victims of the abusive behaviors that exist in an abusive household. Our animal welfare officers know that for abusers, a pet provides an easy target for abuse. They can be another way that the abuser can control the victim and become another source of trauma for children witnessing the abuse of a beloved pet.
Here are some important statistics that you need to know about the connection between family violence and animal abuse.
Research shows that 89% of women in domestic violence shelters who owned animals reported that their pets had been abused by the abuser. Over half of pet-owning domestic violence victims delayed leaving the relationship due to concerns about their pets. And victims are less likely to call law enforcement when both domestic violence and animal abuse are happening. The Delaware Family Court has jurisdiction over cases related to families, parents, and children, including domestic violence, custody and divorce, child welfare, and juvenile delinquency. The data I shared with you has led our court to adopt new practices, including asking questions about pets in the home to identify their importance to the children or the survivor, whether the pets have been abused, and the potential for the pets to be used to control survivors.
Approximately 67% of children exposed to animal cruelty also experience child abuse. 67% of children in a domestic violence shelter reported seeing or hearing their pets being abused.
Brandywine Valley SPCA, we are proud to offer shelter for pets of domestic violence victims who are temporarily unable to care for their pets. We know that pets are family, and victims being able to care for their pets are critically important to their ability to heal.
In Delaware, we are all working together to help protect pets and humans from abuse by a loved one. Remember, when animals are abused, people are at risk. And when people are abused, animals are at risk.
That was awesome. All right, you are in for a treat. Our singer tonight, the first time I met her, she's the type of person, she has a presence, and when you talk to her, she gets you, and it's just something about her that makes you feel great just to be with her. And I asked her youngest daughter to say, what do you think about your mom? She said she's smart, she's beautiful, and she's amazing. She's all that. Here, Ebony, I'd love to hear what you got.
Excuse me. And I'm going to be sharing a special song with you guys. It's special because I haven't recorded it yet. You guys are going to be the first ones to hear me perform it. And it's an ode to nature. So it's called It's You. Blues and greens, fire trees, sky too dark.
blood red moon, I smell the sea creeping up on me in this electric garden that never ends. I'm finally alone with my best friend, and it's you, my darling. 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 You.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys for having me. If you want to see more Ebony Zuudia, you can check out my website, ebonyzuudia.com. That's EBONYZUUDIA. I'm also on social media, and I have some songs streaming on all platforms. Check me out, y'all. Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
And here come our hosts again with the toolbox. Give them a round of applause.
So as Miss Hyatt grabs her actual tool bag, which is hilarious to me. So normally...
You got my mic, I got my toolbox.
So usually Scott is the one that does the toolbox, but he's actually out doing father things today. So we're going to take you guys through the toolbox. And since we're in charge and they left us with no adult supervision.
Anything goes.
Well, Derek, you know, we should probably give him a shout out because somehow, somewhere he's going to see this. His oldest daughter is graduating college today from the University of Maryland.
Yes.
So big shout out to Scott and Cadence.
Absolutely. Congratulations to all the graduates, both high school and college, that are dropping this spring. Like, congratulations to you guys. Yeah. So with this toolbox, we decided to switch it up a bit. Normally, we'll provide wellness tools for us as humans to kind of, to get us through our day, get us through bad times. So today, in honor of the animals in our lives, we decided to do a toolbox to help you guys remember to check on your animals and their health and well-being.
Just to check in, how many people own animals? How many people don't? Just want to see how much. Okay.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah, even up. Okay.
Alrighty. So what's the first one we got?
So vaccine.
All right. So we all know how important vaccines are for our pets.
Yes.
Like, especially if you go out hiking, like if you're out in public with them, and especially if you're going to buy a new pet or getting into one. One of the first things you really want to do is make sure that, just like your little ones, when they was getting ready for school, your pets are up to date with all of their shots and all of their vaccines as well, because it's just going to give them a better quality of life.
Absolutely. Like, I wanted to adopt a cat, and I wanted to do it not in a shelter, but I already have a cat at home, so you got to make sure, like, when you have another cat, so you don't know if somebody, and if other cats don't have their vaccine, that's going to be an issue. So it's like, then I was like, that's something I didn't think about.
I'm sorry, I'm still not over the toolbox, you guys.
Heather gave me this.
Alrighty, so this one I actually learned the hard way with my youngest dog. So you want to make sure that you take care in paying attention to the types of food your pets are eating. They can't communicate with us when their stomachs are upset or something didn't really agree with them, but we find evidence of it. laying around our house, you know, in different piles that have a really weird smell sometimes. So what you want to do is just be mindful of your pet's eating habits, you know, pay attention to just their whole system and how it's working, because they'll give you a clue when something's wrong.
Yes, so maybe by paying attention to your pets, maybe it's time to pay attention to you too. Yeah, you know, my dog got sick eating that. Maybe it's not good for me either. So that may force you, when you think about food, what's in your household, what are you feeding your cats and what are you feeding yourself? So you like, what are you going with that? I'm just saying, it's conscious, no?
I was just want to clarify, you and your dog aren't eating the same things, right?
I have a cat, not a dog.
Okay, got you, cool.
I'm just saying, that makes you conscious. It's like, you know, especially for a cat, right? Male cat has to have more liquid in their diet. So I learned that. Otherwise, they'll have urinary infection, tract infection. So you're like, okay, what are you feeding cats?
So a big one for brand new pet owners is absolutely making sure you get proper identification. My dogs are psychos, and they love to lead. Like, as soon as I open the door, they are Dobby, I am a free elf, and then I'm chasing them down the road.
Do they take after their owner?
Sometimes, yeah. So your pet having identification in the event that they just get lost, you know, people are able to return your pet to you, and they'll be able to bring them back safe and harm-free.
Yeah. All right, what's next? Ooh, okay, is your pet happy and healthy? That is an important one. So actually today, Michelle, who's sitting over there, told me today when we're talking about that, her pet glared at her, so she's like, okay, I guess you're not happy with me. So they will let you know. It's a matter of, are you paying attention? So, I mean, I know I have cats, so I like cats. They're arrogant creatures. They just like, you know, love me, and then next, I don't know who you are. But still, they give you clues to, when they're not happy, they let you know.
Yes. My dogs have this really weird thing of trying to crawl inside of me when they cuddle. It's like they have no concept of personal space. No. I can't tell you guys how many times I've had to teach classes with my Yorkie sitting on my shoulders just because she just wasn't having any of it. But it's also a good reminder that as much as we want to make sure that our pets are happy, they're healthy, and they're safe, we also have to put in that same effort to us as well. So as much as you might want to give to your pets, save a little bit for yourself as well, you guys.
Absolutely, yeah. Remember the toolbox? I don't know what's in your tool, so think about it. What do I got? I don't know what's in my dog, but I hope you got some tools.
And last but not least, just in case something happens, or let's say you decide to go out on a vacation and you can't take your pets with you, have an emergency contact. You know, it benefits them just as much as it benefits us. And, you know, you never want to wish anything bad, but in the event that it does, you have a backup plan. So on your tables, you guys, if you notice, if you open up your flyers, inside of your flyers is the exact checklist that we just went over with you guys. So that way you have something to take home with you and, you know, be able to mark down, you know, check off boxes as you go, as you need to.
Yeah, check to see. I watch a dog whisperer for a cat. It's blinking. It makes him connect. So like, okay, how have I connected with my pet enough to know what they are?
I've learned way more about cats tonight than I wanted to, you guys. So thank you guys for the toolbox, man, and kind of letting us kind of have some fun with it.
All right.
Hey, y'all, we're going to go to a couple commercials, but I also wanted to remind everybody there is still food in the back. So if you want some seconds, and I believe a couple cakes came in from a wonderful volunteer for dessert. So if you don't get your food now, you can certainly wait till after the show, which will be done in about 15 minutes, 10 minutes. But if you needed to get up now, go get some food, go get some food. And now for these commercials.
Addiction is a family disease. It takes victims and holds hostages. It does not discriminate. It can occur because of environmental factors or genetic predispositions. So let's stop judging and stop criticizing and start treating and teaching.
Yeah, we have to talk about it.
Talk about it.
Some addiction.
Let's talk about it.
Talk about it.
In our community, hands paint together, spreading colors and hope. Our educators nurture the heart, teaching our youth emotions and understanding. We equip ourselves with knowledge, learning to save lives with naloxone. At our local farmers market, the seeds of awareness take root. Our children play, learning the strength of unity and choice. Remember, when it comes to facing the opioid epidemic,
it takes a village.
All right, so up next is what we call the reach out segment. One of the things we're always trying to do is expand our community. And one of the ways that we do is reminding you guys to reach out to people that are in your lives. You know, whether they're struggling, whether they're having a good day, just take some time out. Like, we're gonna give you guys about 30 seconds to a minute. This is gonna be the only time any TV show ever tells their audience to pull out their phones and actually go on their phones. But we want you all to reach out to somebody you might not have talked to in a while and just check in on them. Let them know, like, yo, I see you. I'm here for you if you need me. Please reach out. And if you need me, I will be here. So take some time out to reach out to somebody that you probably haven't talked to in a while and just tell them hello.
Hello. Okay, see? All right, I hope you reached out to somebody because it really makes a difference. Now we have 10-second share. This is whatever you got out of the show, whatever resonated with you. Please let us know what that is so we can capture it.
And you guys get to see me run around the stage. So does anybody have something they want to share real quick? Yes, ma'am.
It's really important to take seriously the loss of a pet, the death of a pet, because of the mental issues that it causes, and to take it as seriously as the loss of a child.
Thank you. That is so true.
Well said.
Yeah.
I don't know how anybody's gonna follow that one up, but has anybody got anything that they took out of tonight's show?
The gentleman who spoke earlier about everything that he went through health-wise was phenomenal share. I have family members who I've had a rough year. They had an extremely rough year, but they're coming back. So that's the good news. And I love the connection between the animals and that hope. It's that little, leave 5 minutes, you come back, the dog is like, oh, I love you. So it's a wonderful thing. And take care of your pets.
Absolutely, love that.
Well said, Miss Jo. Well said.
Yeah.
You guys.
Anybody else?
We got time for one more if anybody wants to share their thoughts before I head back. And this poor young lady's looking at me like, dear God, don't walk my way. Don't walk my way.
I just want to thank you for having us and just say that animals are a great way to help people recover. And my dog and I have recovered together, so thank you.
No, thank you for being here. It takes all of us. Like Zach said, we do not have to do it alone. And sometimes pets and you, that's what's going to get it going. All right, so in front of you, so this is Join the Show. You have a card in front of you. It has a QR code. It's the same one that's here. You can click it, whether you have people you want us to come out in the community and film, whether you want to watch this show or tell other people to watch this show, please feel free to pass that on.
Absolutely, absolutely. And definitely, we're always trying to grow and hit our YouTube page. That's where, for those that are new and missed, the episodes our first season, or even at the beginning of this one, you can hit our YouTube page, check out some of our old shows, check out some of the events and things that we got coming up, like I believe the Party 6 is coming up in July,
July 25.
So, yep, thank you, because I can never remember what day it is. So we're always trying to do events. We're always trying to just grow who we are here at The Purpose. So definitely come check us out. It's one of our events this summer.
Yeah, that will take us to did we meet our goal? Oh, no.
First, we got to check to see if we got to let folks know that we're always looking for guests. We're always looking for people to spotlight. We're always looking for just to give people their flowers that are out inspiring, trying to give back to the community. So if you know anybody that fits that bill and think they would be a perfect fit on our show,
let us
send them
know.
our way, man. We would love to shout them out, all right?
Yep, we make the video just like you watched.
All right, so
All
now,
right,
now's the goals.
Did we meet our goal, which is, do we inspire you to learn more about our animals in our lives?
Oh, word.
Heck yes! Okay, can I say that?
And to be honest with you, as many people that were kind enough to bring their
Yes, thank
furry
you for
family
bringing
with
your
us,
animal.
I think we grew our community
Yeah,
tonight.
yes.
Both two-legged and four-legged, I
Yes,
think,
did we
honestly.
expand our community? Are you guys gonna come back? This show happens every third Thursday, so please.
All right, so now Billy done came out the cave, so that means only one thing. It's selfie time. So at the end of every show, if you guys can see up on the screen, we take an audience selfie of every show. So yes, come join us. Come join us close to the stage. Billy's gonna close us out and take a picture, man.
Hey, everybody, just come on up real quick. We're going to do a selfie, and then we'll play some music while you hang out, network, get some more food, maybe get some food to go. All right, so Adam, you're going to be the front row. Everyone's going to be facing me. Yeah. Wow, this animal episode has been wonderfully inspiring. Yeah, if you got your pups, yes, we got to see the pups. All right, everyone who's in, who wants to be in. Okay, let's get this thing set. Yeah, if you can't see the camera, you can't. Oh my gosh, look at these puppies. Hey, everyone with a pup, come up front, because I definitely got to see those. Here comes Jess with one more. Another front. Maybe they don't want to be too close to each other. I mean, we are a community here. I don't know if dogs understand that. Are we being... Maybe we shouldn't have them all up front. All right, we're just going to take it because we got some squiggly dogs in the front here. Oh, wait, one's more. It's coming up. Oh, okay. All right, I got to back up so I see that guy. All right, so big smiles here. 1, 2, 3, season 2, episode 6. The animal episode is in the can. Thank you all very much. Enjoy some music. Please go enjoy some more food, or at least beg Joanne for a to-go box or to-go plate. We don't want to keep it here. And there's cake. Oh, yeah. Who is the gentleman who brought the cake? What's your name? Justin. Hey, everybody, give Justin a hand right here. And a big shout out for the cakes, and a big shout out to La Tolteca for donating the wonderful food for us. Thank you, everybody.